All right, everyone. Welcome back to the channel. I am the Queen of the Throne, Divine Astrology, and I am here to bring you your prophetic messages for whatever is going on in your life at this time. Whoever needs to hear this message, please take these messages in with a pure heart, an open mind, and with honesty with yourself first. And therefore, when you hear the messages, if you're honest with yourself, then you'll understand why the message is for your zodiac sign. We're going to go ahead and get started now. Let's reveal what you need to know. All right, these messages are for you, Cancer. Welcome, and I'm back to do your messages. I have the Bible right here in front of me. Let's see what your message is at this time for Cancer. Okay, Cancer, I have turned to page 693. 693. That's 369 backwards. So this is very important, whatever this message will be. I'm being guided to chapter 8 in the book of John. This is John, chapter 8. Verses 52 through 57. And the name of this section is called Truth and Freedom. Cancer, Truth and Freedom. It says, "Then the Jews said, 'Now we know you have a demon. Abraham died, and so did the prophets. You say, if anyone keeps my word, he will never taste death, ever. Are you greater than our father Abraham, who died? Even the prophets died. Who do you pretend to be?' 'If I glorify myself,' Jesus answered, 'my glory is nothing. My Father, you say about him, he is our God. He is the one who glorifies me. You've never known him, but I know him. If I were to say I don't know him, I would be a liar like you. But I do know him, and I keep his word. Your father Abraham was overjoyed that he would see my day. He saw it and rejoiced.' The Jews replied, 'You aren't 50 years old yet, and you've seen Abraham?' I'm going to read 58. Jesus said to them, 'I assure you, before Abraham was, I am.'" Whew. Listen to me. All right. So, Cancer, you know how people say sometimes people, quote unquote, make a mistake and call Jesus or Christ God. And then there's some people that like to correct it and be like, no, Christ is the Son of God. God is God. Christ is the Son. But if you're the Son of God, you are a God. That is why Christ always said, I am. And what is I am? I am is, first of all, when you know thyself. And second of all, you're saying that you are a God. And that's true. Christ was a hybrid, half human, half God. That makes Christ ultimately a God. So it's okay to refer to both as God, because he is one. So this is the thing. Cancer, the Jews sat here and called the Lord a demon. You heard what they said? The Jews did this. They said, "Now we know you have a demon. Abraham died, and so did the prophets." Like, basically, they're like, if the prophets died and you say you're a prophet, you must have a demon on you. Because you said you can't die, but we just sat here and saw all these prophets die. Something is wrong with you. That's what they did to Christ, the Jews. So they sat there in God's face and called him a liar and said he had a demon. And they said, "You are not even 50 years old yet. so how did you see Abraham? Talking about Abraham, like before his time, right? And he was like, I assure you, before Abraham was, I am. So listen, Christ even had to tell the Jews, before these names and whoever these people are that y'all want to call greats in this, all these pages in this Bible, before I came around here, y'all call all these people great before I came around here. But before you even knew about these people, I was here before them. See, that's what's going on. And these are pieces that people don't realize. He was already here. Because see, when you are the child of the Creator who created the universe, you were already here before everybody else. See, this is what I want y'all to know. Things happen spiritually first. Things happen spiritually first. How do you think that, why do you think that God makes, in order to mate, there is sex involved? In order to mate, there's sex involved. What is the act of sex? That is a real life spiritual thing that's happening. Your spirit is connecting with another spirit, body to body, in a deeply passionate, tantric way. It's like a ritual. The spirits have to connect first, aka you guys have to love each other. Love is abstract because love is spiritual. There's nothing about love that is concrete. You could try to make it concrete on Valentine's Day, and you can try to make it concrete by buying gifts, by giving kisses, by living together, by making kids, but all of that is still physical. You need to connect and touch on the physical in order to do those things. But love in itself is abstract, which makes it spiritual. So we have to have a spiritual meeting first before we decide to really have a physical connection with the person. The act of love making is a spiritual act. Then there's another phase to this spiritual act. If there is a seed planted where the mother is able to provide a child or get pregnant, that's a whole spiritual thing in itself. The idea of this woman, this human being, having all the necessary things inside of her body to create another life. That's magic. That is absolutely magic. Human beings are made in the image of God. Women are creators. Saying this, the Jews really sat up there and said, who are you, to Christ? Christ was like, you're telling me about people that you know, but I've been here. So that's the thing about Christ and how he was actually created. He was in the spirit world before he even stepped a foot onto earth. He was already here. If you are a child of the actual Creator, your mother's child, and your father's child, that means that you have high magical, supernatural abilities as well. The offspring does get past those gifts, and those gifts are extremely powerful. So that's the thing. He was here already before humans were. See, that's what people don't even pay attention to. And that's what got the world in trouble before. Because when you really don't pay attention to what you're reading, you could miss so many clues. You could miss the truth. See, the thing is, Christ wasn't just like God. He didn't just become born and the story they tell you, and then he grew up and then skipped to 30 and start his ministry, and then he becomes Jesus Christ, which y'all know him to be. But that didn't even happen like that. It's not like a random thing. It says it right here. This is the red section of the Bible. The book of John is the red words, and the red words are the words of Christ. He said, I assure you, before Abraham was, I am. Listen. That means before there was ever an Abraham, I was already a God. I was already here. Like, Christ actually told the Jews, y'all know him. I don't know him. But I've always been here. I'm the only real thing that matters. See, that's why they say you gotta have faith in what you don't see. Just because like people didn't see him doesn't mean that he hasn't always been around. And that's the thing about spirit. Cancer, I think this message for you at this time is saying that I feel like maybe people are were trying to, or maybe are trying to compare you for some reason. Maybe people are trying to bring up other people who have done certain things that are similar to you because they can't understand where you come from or who you really are, or your power, your abilities, your talents, or something like that. It feels like people don't understand how things that happen to other people, or they don't happen to you. Remember, the Jews said, if you're a prophet, aren't you supposed to be dead? Like all the other prophets can die. Who are you to tell me that you don't die? So like basically that was Christ telling them that he was immortal because he's an immortal God. So he was basically telling them, look, I'm immortal. Basically, like I don't die. And if you actually believe in me and you find a way to know God, you won't either. And the people are like, what are you talking about? I've really sat here and watched people who go to church, people who praise the Lord, people who preach. I've sat here and watched good, noble people still die. So who are you to come around here to Israel? Who are you to come traveling over here and come and tell us that you can't die? And I done seen everybody else die. So that's the thing. But again, that's a spiritual concept that the world isn't ready for. Because he wasn't really talking about the body when he said that. See, he was talking about something that human beings still isn't ready for. Talking about something that human beings still don't understand. They still don't want to open their minds to it. So it's like he was talking about the spirit, his soul will never die. That's what makes Christ immortal. And the proof is right here today. Aren't there thousands and millions, not even thousands, sorry, that's an understatement all the way. Billions, trillion, like billions of people who know him. That's what he was talking about. That is what you call immortality. When an entire world, damn near almost, because you can't say really the entire world because there's people with different belief systems. But so many people, billions of people all over the world, all over this planet, believes and knows him because of his soul. That soul is immortal. It never died, still to this day. But the Jews were thinking he was talking about his body. No, his soul. And that's the thing. I feel like, Cancer, some people out there don't believe something about you. Something people don't believe about you. It's like they don't understand something about you. For some of you, people could just be looking at you for your body. You may be a woman and may be curvy, or you may be a man and you may be rich. But these things are just physical. Let's use that word. People could just be looking at you for your physical appearance, or your who you are, how you show up in the world. You know, you could be a man who wears nice jewelry, nice watches, nice clothing. You could be a woman who could have a nice shape, nice clothing. So people may just look at you in a carnal sense, and they don't understand that even without the things you have, that does not change who you really are spiritually. See, a lot of people don't understand you. They don't understand you. They don't understand you. And it's because they don't understand God's royalty. Because see, like, rich people on earth are not royalty. Rich people on earth are just rich. Royal people on earth are the ones who are rich spiritually. That's the only royalty here. If you're rich in your spirit, you're royal to God. So the kind of blessings the two different types of people may have is just different. So like, the rich person may have a lot of money, but when they die, that's it for them. They don't live on. They don't. No matter how many people get together and write history books, articles, stories, Instagram posts, Twitter, X quotes, stuff like that. No matter how many people get together and do this, that's all being pushed by some agenda. But I'm talking about immortal impact. The kind of impact that will make people, that the kind of impact that actually controls the world. Even if you believe or don't believe, you know that it's you are aware of his presence. So it's like Cancer, it's just people think that who you are on the outside is like, they think because of certain things that you're not really favored by God for real. Like, they don't think you're really blessed by God. They don't feel like you know, and it's like this. God could have already, like, you could have already had let everything go. Like, you could have sold everything, or you could have let go of a business in the past, or you could have, made certain moves, but that didn't change who you really are. Like, your belief system, your faith and strength, and how you walk in God's power and God's light, that never changed you. You've still been the same person from day one to now. And so, like, a lot of people around you don't understand that before they knew so-and-so, and before they saw so-and-so, and before they heard about this and that and this, you been did these things. You been did this. You did these things a long time ago. It's like all of a sudden people want to think they know everything that they could possibly know about crystals. But you were born around these things a long time ago. In a past life, maybe. Or this lifetime. People may think they know certain things about spiritual concepts and try to tell you certain things. But you are one of the people who created the whole thing. Like, you could, like, little do people know. You know what I'm saying? You could be today's Solomon if you want. You know what I mean? Like, that could be you right now. Today, you could be someone from the beginning who came back. But see, that's because this world, they wanted you to be unaware of these spiritual things. They don't want you to really understand. And so other people are finding it so hard to see who you really are because of that. It's like no one can try to judge you from the outside because they don't understand the type of armor you have internally, the type of powers you have on the inside. See, people like to flaunt and show off the type of power. Like they like to see, some people like to buy expensive things to show power. Some people like to make certain actions, take certain actions, and do certain things to show the world that they are a powerful person. But you have something on the somebody. There's a Cancer out there that has something on the inside. Whether you still have these nice things or don't have them, you have real say so. Do you know how many people with a lot of money wish they had real say so according to heaven? Like, do you know how many of these people wish that they were at the gate, like as God's right hand man or right hand woman? Do you know how many people wish they were an archangel? Do you know how jealous and envious they are because they're not? Do you know these people will damn near kill you because you're actually connected, like in a family with God? Like, do you understand how your bloodline is directly connected to Christ's genes and DNA? You are the family. You are. And they're so hell-bent about this because they don't understand how things that they have seen happen to other people, it never happened to you. They don't understand your immortality. And here you go, they're trying to create stories about it. Like, it's like they're trying to distract the public again and again and again and again and again. They're lying and lying and lying and lying and lying, and they keep trying to keep your truth from hitting mainstream. They don't really want the world to know, but so many people within these little groups are capitalizing off of knowing. See, it's like, man, all I gotta say is, Cancer, if you are someone who really has felt this message is for you, if you're someone who feels like you have to be an old soul, you feel like you had to be here before because of the kind of life you have, especially if you had near-death experiences and you're still here, that's signs to let you know that not only are you here for a reason, but you were here before all these people. So now that you understand that, it's time to move different around these newbies. Because see, they're in the new world, but this world is not new to you. And that's all I have. Thank you. God bless.